What's up, garden people? Today we're going to tackle the dog yard area. We're going to create a nice little barrier for the dogs between them and the fence and the neighbor's dogs. All the wood that I used is all wood that I had just laying here from the shed and the raised beds out back. So I put those all together. Same with the bricks, is all bricks that I've found on this property since we moved in. Now, as you can see, there's quite a bit of algae growth going on in the back of the shed, so it was probably a pretty good idea that I did get to this project before that got any worse. So a trip to the big box store later, some cheap pavers, and I can fit my hand on top of the pavers and underneath the shed here. As it goes towards the front of the sheds, it slopes down, and you can see underneath the whole shed. But I'll work my way that way and clear underneath the shed as best I can as time allows. So after doing my due diligence, research and such, the plants I came up with were, the evergreens are more for like screening, hedging type purposes, and then Catmint and Rosemary to hopefully kind of keep down on the fly situation, since it is a dog yard area, so and for us a dog yard is necessary because we have a family, and the less things we're tracking in, the better. So hopefully these plants will do their work, but if anything, they're pretty, so I'm fine with that. And like I said, reclaimed wood. So I did the best I could with what I had left, but I think that these lower boxes we have a male dog, so my thought here is hopefully it'll kind of give a barrier so he won't destroy the plants before they get a chance to get established. But the plants are planted low enough in these boxes that if you were to take the boxes off, it's just like the plants just mounded a little in the ground. They're just there for protection. And now the best part, the actual planting. Starter fertilizer here. Catmint isn't a big fan of fertilizer in general, but I only used a little bit, so I think that they should be all right. Walkways is mostly pine bark. There's a teeny bit of cedar mixed in. As for soil, I got a bulk mix of 50-50 compost and loam, and that's in all the boxes. And then these taller raised bed boxes, I added a raised bed mix, a good raised bed mix that I like, and I mixed that in there. And then for the lower boxes, a little bit of a planting mix mixed in, and then compost all around. While I was able to get the bulk of the project done in the first day or so, it did take longer as time allowed, but I was eventually able to get all the plants that I wanted to get planted into the ground. the box, and like I said, it's not acting as a raised bed or a container, it's just a protective barrier. And then I made another trip to the nursery center for some more catmint, and I was able to get everything planted up. Here is a camellia, and I used various different catmint varieties. The rosemary was 2 varieties, I think Salem and Hardy Hill. There's 2 soft serve false cypress, one on this side, and then here's the other one on the other side of the shed. And I used a fluffy arborvitae. That's a sizzling pink loropetalum, and Bigfoot cleara in the back there in the middle. So I hope this inspires you to go and enjoy your gardening journey, and thank you for joining me in mine.